1-2. Swung on and miss. Fuchs
coming in right side. Sip. Goes down to the slide and gets it.
Nelson's going to take off on the pitch, which is a called strike 3.
Wes Marshall pitches a ground ball through the infield on the left side. One will score. They're going to wave a second runner around. Throw will come to the plate. It is not in time.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Friday afternoon from Theraldson Park on the campus of North Dakota State University. It's the State Class B semifinals here in high school softball between the Beulah Miners with a mark of 20 wins and 6 losses going up against the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The Vikings on this season with 14 wins and 3 losses on the year for Kindred-Richland. How did they get here? Well, the Vikings a 17-7 win over Velva Drake-Ganamoose in 5 innings to open up things here in the tournament. And then the Beulah Miners a 9-6 win over the Thompson Tommies yesterday to get to this semifinal. Still to come will be Central Cass and Renville County, as well as they are making the lineups here for both teams on the field ahead of the starting, ahead of the national anthem. The box score yesterday for the Beulah Miners, the player who stood out was Taylor Christensen with 6 2/3 innings work, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 were earned, 14 strikeouts with 1 walk for Christensen. He also went 3 of 4 from the plate with a couple of doubles, 2 runs scored, and a run driven in. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, Avery Ammerman, the third baseman, went 2 of 4 with 4 RBIs and a run scored. Matty Burchell went 1 of 4 with 3 runs driven in as well. DAKOTA picked up the win, going 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs against, 2 were earned with 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. So that's a look at how the Vikings and the Beulah Miners got to this point. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, go online to IRIEINS.com. Quick timeout. We're back after this with the first pitch and alongside the starting lineups between the Beulah Miners and the Kindred-Richland Vikings on your live event.
Spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
Well, as we go, the Beulah Miners and the Kindred-Richland Vikings here. Top of the first inning for the Beulah Miners, Taylor Christensen, the junior pitcher, going up against DAKOTA here and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. It's clear skies in the 60-degree temperature here. First pitch at 3:52. So we're ahead of schedule here from Theraldson Park. Chase Miller with you here on your live event. First pitch in there for a strike against Taylor Christensen. Christensen, the junior pitcher here today as well for Beulah. Now it'll be 0-2. Christensen doesn't like that outside call at the plate, but I'm sure she'll like it when she's in the circle. 0-2 pitch on the way. Rath goes outside, now 1-2. So Christensen, Dale Geyer, and Seibel here to lead off for Beulah, followed by Bieber, Backus, and Rembolt. Followed by that, Dupont, Gerke, and Cassidy Christensen. 1-2 pitch on the way, off speed out in front, and this will be into the stands. And, well, the popcorn went flying, but it looks like everything else was all right. So we'll keep 1-2 all over again. Davian McKay is the sophomore flex here for the Beulah Miners. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Christensen. And the pitch, that'll miss outside, 2-2. Remy DeBoard in left field, Jordheim in center with Essling in right. Ammerman at third, Roland at short, Mock at second, Fuchsa at first. This one is going to be hit to Mock at second base. Flips it over to Fuchsa, 4-3 on the putout, and 1 down now here in the top of the first inning. Matty Burchell, the lone senior and a Shields Softball All-Star nominee for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, is behind the plate. For the Beulah Miners, they have 1 player that will play in the Shields Softball All-Star Series as well. That is Miss Avery Backus. This will be a ball coming up here to Addie Delgeier. Addie, the center field 8th grader here, trying to get on board for the Beulah Miners. 1-0 pitch on the way. Outside part of the plate, in there for a strike. Now 1-1. Beulah, 20 wins, 6 losses on the season. They have never appeared in a state championship game. 1-1 pitch on the way. That'll miss outside for a ball. 2-1. The only team from the West since 2012 in the Class B softball rankings to make it to a state title is Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark in 2018. So Beulah trying to do that here, or Renville County. 2-1 pitch in there for a strike. It's now 2-2 to Delgeier. Danica Rath, 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 1 out, and the pitch. That'll miss outside now. 3-2. For the Beulah Miners, this is their 2nd straight state tournament appearance, 2nd in program history. Last season they finished as consolation champs. 3-2 pitch, swung on and miss, and Rath gets her first punch out, and out number 2. So no matter what happens here for the Beulah Miners, this is going to be their best finish in program history after finishing 5th last season. Their losses so far this year to Bismarck Legacy, a pair to Dickinson. This is going to be fouled off the netting. 0-1 here to Seibel. Both of those 2 teams, by the way, are in the Class A semifinals. A 7-run loss to Central Cass, and then a 2-1 defeat against Velvet Drake Anamoose. No balls, 1 strike. Danica Rath attacking the zone early here. And the 0-1 offering on the way. That one's going to split the plate, but that'll be a little high, and 1-1. And you can see Maddie Burchell right away telling Danica, as she kind of shrugged her head a little bit to the left, thinking she got it. And Maddie goes, nope, you got to bring it down a little bit more. 1-1 pitch, outer part of the plate. That'll miss. Now 2-1 to Seibel. The sophomore shortstop here. The Beulah Miners, a very youthful team. This is a team that just has 3 seniors on their roster. 2 balls, 1 strike here in the top of the first. Foul back to the netting, and now it'll be 2-2. The seniors of Kayla Gerke, Kennedy Shook, and Avery Backus. We mentioned again Avery Backus heading to the Shields Softball All-Star Series. So the core here for Coach Kyle Christensen will be coming back next season for the Beulah Miners. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the first. This one is hitting the air up the first baseline into foul territory, but Fuchsa gets the out, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. A half inning complete here in the state semifinals between Beulah and Kindred-Richland. It's the Kindred-Richland Vikings coming to bat for the first time tonight here on your live event.
District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Bottom of the first inning we go here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, head coach by Sam Brandt, trying to get to a title game for the first time since 2019. They've been there in 2014, 16, and 17 the first 3 years. Wins over Central Cass twice and a win over the Grafton Spoilers. They lost to Central Cass the last time the Vikings made it to a state championship game. That was in 2019, a 6-2 loss. Then you had COVID in 2020 where everybody lost a season. The Vikings have made 9 straight state tournament appearances dating back to 2013. Sam Brandt, again, the head coach for Kindred-Richland. Here's how they're going to roll with their lineup. Leah Rowland, Maria Mock, you got Burchell batting 3rd, the senior catcher. Mackenzie Fuchsa, the cleanup batter. Danica Rath batting 5th. Remy DeBoard batting 6th, the sophomore left fielder. Jordheim 7th, followed by Ammerman 8th, and Essling 9th. So Rowland, Mock, Burchell, Fuchsa, Rath, DeBoard, Jordheim, Ammerman, and Essling. The Beulah Miners out in their blue uniforms with the gold numerals on lettering out in front, trimmed in white. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, the blue tops, the pinstripes with the white numerals and white lettering across the front with the white pants here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So after a 3-up, 3-down inning, they have to go up against Taylor Christensen here, as Christensen is the daughter of the head coach here for the Beulah Miners, and Rowland flips this one foul, now 0-1. Taking a look at head coach Kyle Christensen here for Beulah in his 3rd season. A mark of 48 wins, 11 losses, including a couple of region championships as well. Kyle is married to Shelly and has 2 children, both of them playing here with Taylor and Cassie. 0-2 now as Roland flips this one foul. Going back to the story of the game yesterday for the Beulah Miners, and that was the pitcher Taylor Christensen after she was able to get 14 strikeouts yesterday. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll miss, now 1-2. Christensen 14 strikeouts to just 1 walk yesterday. Gave up 6 hits, and then at the plate again, able to get 3 doubles in 4 at-bats with a run driven in. 1-2 pitch. This one is hit on the ground. Nice backhanded play by Seibel across the diamond, but off the glove of Cassidy Christensen. It should be an infield single because hustling up the line was Roland. We'll see how they mark it here, but Roland will be at first. And that's going to be an error they're going to mark it. So they're going to give that an error then on the glove of Christensen after a win off of her glove. So take the hit off the board and give him the error. This one will miss on the outer part of the plate here to Bria Mock, sophomore second baseman. That'll be a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. So Brea will be coming up here. We'll see if there's a particular play on or if she's going to try to swing the bat as she does. The runner Roland stays put at first base, now 1-1. Rembolt in left, Del Geyer in center, Dupong in right. Cassidy Christensen at first with McKay at second, Seibel at short, and Bieber at third base with Gerke behind the plate for Beulah. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Now it's 1-2. Maddie Burchell due up next for Kindred-Richland. Vikings trying to play the first run of the game here in the first inning. The Vikings this season, their 3 losses come to Central Cass twice and a loss to Thompson back on May the 16th. 1 ball, 2 strike offering on the way. This one is laced to left field, and that's a base knock. Roland rounds second. Rembolt is there, so the first 2 runners get aboard here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Runners at first and second as Maddie Burchell steps in. Maddie Burchell, during the regular season, 2 home runs, 18 runs driven in. Yesterday, was able to get 3 hits for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and she'll try to do that here. A prime opportunity for head coach Sam Brandt and the Vikings to get things going in the bottom of the first. This one is going to be out of the zone. Gerke has to get out of her catcher's position. That'll be 1-0. So freshman Roland at second, Mauk as sophomore at first. It's youth being served again in Class B sports. We've seen that throughout the seasons, whether it's been volleyball to basketball, now here in softball. 1-0 offering. Burchell looks to bunt while the third baseman comes in, and it's a perfect play because no one's covering third. Bieber came hard down the line. Roland scampers to third base. Mauk goes to second, and now runners at second and third. And on top of that, it was a strike to Burchell. But you put the play on the shortstop, doesn't cover third base, so Gerke had nowhere to go with that one. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Good rip by Burchell, now 1-2. Region 1, looming large here with both Kindred-Richland and Central Cass making it to the semifinals. I think the Fargo Metro Committee would like those 2 teams to play tomorrow in the championship and get some pretty good crowd here. This one is hit to left. That's going to plate a run. Roland's going to score. It's an RBI single for Burchell, and Kindred-Richland takes the lead 1-0. Roland comes in to score. Mock is at third base. Burchell able to deliver the RBI here in the bottom of the first inning, and that error comes back and haunts the Beulah Miners. So Burchell again with the RBI single. 3 up and 3 on so far for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Burchell's going to leave from first base, and that one was in the turf here, and that'll be a ball now to Mackenzie Fuchsa, and at second base is going to be Burchell. If you're Kindred-Richland, you cannot ask for a better start so far here today. If you're the Beulah Miners, this is the one thing you didn't want to have to do, play from behind in the state semifinals. 1-0 pitch swung on, now will be 1-1. Taylor Christensen will be looking to try to get a punch out here after Thompson was a scrappy game and a 9-6 win for Beulah yesterday. The Miners scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to put the game away for good. This one is fouled up the first base line, now 1-2. It's 2-seed Vikings against the 3-seeded Miners. And then later tonight will be the Muskrats of Renville County, the number 5 seed, against the Squirrels in the 1 seed. I'm not sure who would win in the Wild between a squirrel and a muskrat. That's one that you haven't heard of too much. 1-2 pitch. That one is foul back, and we'll keep it at 1-2. You don't hear of the Squirrels too often, much less of a muskrat for nicknames across the United States. But right now the Vikings have a chance against the Miners here with a 1-2 pitch to Fuchsa. Swung on and miss, and Christensen gets the strikeout. 1 down now here in this inning. As Danica Rath, a chance to help her own cause here for the sophomore pitcher, came on in relief of Cora Johnson yesterday, able to go 3 innings of work in their 10-run win. A 17-7 win over Velva Drake and a Moose. You talked to Sam Brandt, there was a couple errors by Kindred-Richland. She knows they can ill afford to do that for the rest of this tournament against these type of clubs. This one swung on and missed, now 0-1. The other thing you can ill afford to do against a club like Beulah or Renville County and Central Cass is leave runners on when you have them in scoring position with no outs. A quality out Kindred-Richland would gladly take here with Danica Rath. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, now 0-2. Corner infielders playing even with the bag and slightly in with Bieber and Christensen at first. If you can hit one past Taylor Christensen in the circle, either to Seibel or McKay, you'll have a chance to drive in a run. Here's the 0-2 offering. Swung on and back-to-back punch-outs now for Christensen. 2 down in the first. Remy DeBoard, the sophomore left fielder, due up now for the Vikings. DeBoard batting .289 during the season with 6 runs driven in. Christensen now has found the strike zone. After the error to get rolling aboard and a single by Mock and a single by Burchell, Christensen might be able to strike out the side. Now she's 1 strike away. That rise ball is working right now with her and Gerke as they find a rhythm, and this is the old adage again, when you have runners in scoring position, you don't want to leave them aboard, and come back and it might haunt you in the game. 0-2 pitch, foul back to the netting, and we'll keep it again at no balls and 2 strikes. For the Beulah Miners in the second, Bieber, Backus, and Rembold, the 4, 5, and 6 batters due up for Beulah. Christensen gets the sign and the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and miss, and Christensen punches out the side here in the first inning. There was a run off of 2 hits in air and 2 runners left on base, and Christensen gets 3 strikeouts. The Kindred-Richland Vikings with a new score lead at 1-0 over the Beulah Miners. It's the state semifinals, Class B on your live event.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District, summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
As we go to the top of the second inning here for the Beulah Miners, 4, 5, and 6 batters are due up. Gave you a little history for head coach Kyle Christensen. Let's give you a little history here for Sam Brandt in her 5th season as head coach for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. A mark of 72 wins and 17 losses, including a region championship, a state title as well. Married to Tim Brandt, who was newly named the head basketball coach at West Fargo Cheyenne after being a longtime assistant with head coach Tom Kirchhoffner. They have 2 kids, Drake and Jock as well. Sam Brandt again, the girls basketball coach as well, a state championship run with the senior class of Taryn Johnson, Abby Dukeshire. A lot of talent for this senior class for Kindred-Richland, whether it comes to boys or whether it comes to girls as well. But right now we go to the top of the second inning is Bieber, Backus, and Rembold here due up for the Beulah Miners, and Rath bounces one to open up the second inning with the ball. The Beulah Miners, 1 ball, no strikes. Here to the junior third baseman, Bieber, righty-righty matchup. As Rath looks in and fires. That'll miss. It'll be now 2-0. As we take a look here for Beulah and what they've been able to do so far. This would be 3-0 upcoming now. Yesterday, Bieber at the plate went 1 of 4 with 2 runs scored for Beulah. Here's the 3-0 pitch by Danica Rath. And that one will get in there for a strike. Now 3-1. Good location as well. One thing, if Beulah does get runners on, Maddie Burchell has a cannon of an arm behind the plate to try to limit the base stealing. 3-1 pitch. That'll miss for a ball, and it's a 5-pitch walk, and Beulah has their first base runner of the game. So now, for head coach Kyle Christensen, here is the old adage. Where are you doing and what are you doing here in terms of a batter in Avery Backus, who's going to play at the Shield Softball All-Star Series on Monday and Tuesday here on your live event. Do you bunt, hit and run? Let her swing away. Well, they're going to let her swing away. This one is popped up, and Rath calls everybody off as she's wearing the knee brace around that left knee, and this will be 1 out now in the second inning. 1 pitch, 1 out, and now it's Jada Rembolt, the freshman left fielder here. Jada taking a look at their win yesterday over Beulah. 2 for 3 from the plate with a run scored and a run driven in. This one will be missing or in there for a strike. A delayed strike call, now 0-1. So runner at first base still is Bieber after the leadoff walk. And Rath 1 pitch to Backus for an out. 1 pitch here to Rembolt. Gets the strike. 0-1 pitch on the way. This one is laced to right center field. Cutting it off is going to be Essling. She does a really good job attacking the softball there. Runners will move up 60 feet. Now it's the first hit against Danica Rath. Bieber at second and Rembolt at first. But if Essling waits back on that one, you never know on the turf if it takes a little bit of a giddy up on a hop, and that could have maybe split the gap. Instead, Essling came over and cut it off and let the runners get to first and second. But now it's Lizzie DuPong, the sophomore outfielder here, will take a strike. Now 0-1. The outer part of the plate has been there so far for Danica Rath. We'll see if she keeps going with it. 0-1 pitch on the way. Now 0-2. If you're Beulah, you like to see what Rembolt did. There is a right-handed batter. If she's going to pitch outside, just fillet one into right field and keep the line moving. 0-2 pitch on the way. Burchell almost set up in the left-hander batter's box there, and that's where Rath threw it. Good job by Lizzie not to go 1-2 after DuPont. Gerke is due up next. Batter number 7 here in the lineup for the Miners. 1-2 pitch. That'll miss up and in. Now 2-2. Still to come here on your live event, the Central Camp Squirrels going up against Renville County. That game is scheduled at 6 o'clock for a first pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rath on the pitch. This will be hit on the ground. Ammerman comes, gets the lead runner, thought about going across the diamond, but does a good job getting to the softball, realizing that coming over was Bieber, takes Bieber. So Rembolt will get to second. DuPong reaches on a fielder's choice, and Bieber is out trying to get to third. 2 outs now in the second inning as Kayla Gerke, the senior catcher, will step up here. Gerke, one of 3 seniors for Coach Christensen. 20 wins on the year for Beulah in game number 27. They played the most out of anybody this season for the Beulah Miners getting games in. In comparison for Kindred-Richland, this is just game number 17. So 10 games difference. 0-1 pitch. This one is swung on. Now it'll be 0-2. But Beulah is more the anomaly than the rule here in the spring season with how many games got postponed or canceled due to Mother Nature. Rath 1 strike away from getting out of the pickle here in the second. And everybody for the Kindred-Richland Vikings infield thought that might have been strike number 3. Instead, it was outside at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Gerke. Righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Outer part now will be 2-2. Currently in the upper 60s. Yesterday, the wind was blowing to straightaway left and left center field where you could get one up in the jet stream. Here it's blowing more from center to left. Might have to play a little bit. 2-2 pitch. This one is hit in the air. Pop-up as Mock will come in, try to glove it. She does, and that'll retire the side. So a pop-up to the second baseman. There was no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. An inning and a half complete here from the state semifinals. It's Kindred-Richland up by 1. Coming to bat with batters 7, 8, and 9 here in the second inning.
Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Let's take a look here at town scoreboard at Newman Outdoor Field. It's all Thompson right now over Deluxe Burlington. Bottom of the second inning, it's the Tommies 14, the Lakers 1. So Thompson taking full advantage of Central Cass losing, getting upset in the quarterfinals, and now they're one win away from getting to the state championship game. Joel Morgan, Josh Boyko on the call for you on that one, also on your live event. Still to come at Newman, it's Langdon area, Edmore Munich, and Lemoore Litchfield Marion, but Thompson right now just dismantling the Lakers over at Newman Outdoor Field. Chase Miller with you here at Theraldson Park on the campus of North Dakota State University. 7, 8, 9 batters here, as after the first 3 batters reached, 1 with an error, 2 with a single, it's been 3 straight strikeouts for Christensen. So far, Christensen has gone 7 2/3 inning in this tournament and has 17 punch-outs. And she works ahead on Jordheim. Now it'll be 1-1 to Jansen. So Jansen, Jordheim, Avery Ammerman, then Anja Essling here, the center fielder, third base, and right fielder here for the Beulah Miners. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Going on the bunt, yes, they said Jordheim did go through. And now it'll be 1-2, and Sam Brandt comes back and asking if there was an appeal or not, and the home plate umpire going to say, nope, she went through the zone. Sam asking for an appeal, nothing is given. Now it'll be 1-2 in the count, and Sam knows trying to get as many opportunities here against a quality pitcher like Christensen. You can't fall behind the count, but this one is hit. Oh, what a backhand play by Bieber. Comes up throwing, not in time though. An infield single by Jordheim. Bieber was able just to backhand that one with the glove and come down on it almost like a goalie going across the crease. Jordheim with an infield single, hit number 2. Make that 3 here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings in their first runner on here in the bottom of the second inning. So Avery Ammerman, who had the really nice performance at this part of the lineup yesterday for Kindred-Richland, comes in. As Ammerman went 2 of 4 yesterday with a run scored and 4 runs driven in at this spot yesterday. And the pitch. Outer part of the plate in there for a strike, and I'll say this, the outer part has been called consistently, especially right at the knee so far through an inning and a half here at the state semifinals. Runner at first base is Jordheim, 0-1 pitch on the way. Ammerman will take a strike on the inner part now, 0-2. Jordheim fell behind 1-2 in the count, able to get aboard with a infield single. Now Ammerman will have to battle here down 0-2. The pitch, swung on and miss, and Christensen gets punch out number 4. All 4 strikeouts have been strike swinging, as Essling, the sophomore right fielder, will step up to the plate. Then it goes back to top of the lineup for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Kindred-Richland, team this season that has been able to have Maddie Birchall be their senior catalyst. And this one's going to be a wild pitch as that gets by Gerke. Going from first to second is Jordheim, and now it's a 1-0 count here to Anya Essling. Record against state tournament teams coming in. Kindred-Richland just was 2 of 3. Their 1 win against Renville County and Renville County and Central Cass. This one swung on and miss. Now it'll be 1-1 here to Essling. Sam Brandt not afraid of competition, and the same thing for the Beulah Miners here, especially with who they have in the circle with Christensen. 1-1 pitch, looking to bunt, not going through the zone this time is going to be Essling. Now they're going to try to check and see if they're going to appeal, and yes, she did. So Sam probably feels like she's gotten bitten twice, once behind the home plate umpire and the other time when they would appeal, and then they do give the strike, and that time Coach Christensen comes out of the dugout and says, hey, I want to double check here and let's make sure we're good to go. So it should be a 2-ball, 2-strike count upcoming here. 1-2 now with the home plate umpire. This one not going. Now it'll be 2-2. Jordheim really doing a nice job with that secondary lead at second base where she kind of just rocks it through, and she gets about 10-15 feet to see if Gerke might slip one pass again. This one went high in the zone. Gerke does a good job of not allowing that to get to the backstop. It'll be 3-2. So Essling's had a good at-bat for the number 9 batter here in the Kindred-Richland lineup. Payoff pitch, swung on and foul, then we'll do it all over again. And it goes to Roland. For the Beulah Miners in the top of the third inning, they're 9-1-2 batters. The pair of Christensen sisters, the younger one Cassie, then the older one Taylor, and Dale Geyer will be coming up in the top of the third inning. 3-2 pitch on the way. This one is hit on the screws, and that's into right center field. Coming in to score is Jordheim. It's going to be an RBI single for Essling, and the Kindred-Richland Vikings lead it 2-0. Really quality at bat again by your number 9 batter to get the RBI single there and make it 2-0 Kindred-Richland. So you're going to have Roland at the plate now. Essling will stay at first base, and this will be a ball. So the old adage of when you get your chances, you better well take them against a pitcher like Christensen. And this time, Kindred-Richland does come through in the second inning. Been a lot of stationary baseball so far. An error in the first, 2 singles as well. A single to open up the second, and now a single here for Essling. So no extra base knocks, but the Vikings will take it up by 2. Looking to bunt is Roland. She takes the bat back. That'll be 2-0. As Christensen, we haven't said a 2-ball count too much the first time through the order. The only person at a 2-ball count was Essling. Make the count full. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way. This one will be low in the dirt now, 3-0. So back-to-back 3-ball counts here for Taylor Christensen. Christensen got a little, after 3 base runners were able to get on board for Kindred-Richland, then she found her rhythm to close out and punch out the side in the first. We'll have to try to find that here again in the second. Outside pitch in there for a strike, now 3-1. The Beulah Miners and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Kindred-Richland out of Region 1, Beulah out of Region 4. Renville County and Central Cass still to come. This one foul back to the netting. It'll be 3-2. And with Essling over at first, let's see if Sam Brandt gives the green light to possibly go here with a 3-ball, 2-strike count. And see if you challenge Gerke. Gerke with a pretty nice arm behind the plate as well with Burchell. And 2 seniors. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and the runner will stay put. And that's punch out number 5 here for Christensen. So Roland is down on strikes. 2 outs now in the second as Brea Mauk will step up with a single. She was stranded at third her last time up in the first. This is going to be the 11th batter here to the plate for Kindred-Richland in the first 2 innings so far. This one is hit on the ground, but foul past Bieber. That one gets by Bieber. Would have been curious to see how aggressive Sam Brandt would have been there in the third base coach's box to maybe try to wave Essling in. 218 to straightaway center, 200 down either the left or right field line here. We have saw a home run earlier today. Saw a couple yesterday as well. 0-1 pitch. It'll be out of the zone up. Now 1-1. One thing Christensen has done, the rise ball, and then she all of a sudden throws a little bit of a change on the opposite side for Roland. She is just hitting her spots, on the opposite side for Danica Ratt, just hitting her spots for Kindred-Richland so far through 2 innings. 1-1 pitch, that'll miss up. The runner goes from first to second base, sliding in safely. A little bit of a late steal there as Essling now gets in a scoring position. And now a single more than likely would send Essling around third and try to come in to score. Mock works with a hitter's count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Kindred-Richland with 1 run in the first, 1 so far in the second. The Beulah Miners, no runs, a hit so far. And now the umpires are coming on here, double checking, making sure they got the count right. So we'll have a 2-ball, 1-strike count upcoming. As Mock will dig back in from the right-hand side, and the pitch from Christensen. Up, that'll miss, now 3-1. Sitting on both sides here. You have Renville County of Central Cass. Renville County getting some work done right now in the batting cages behind the Kindred-Richland dugout up the third base line. 3-1 pitch on the way. That one's in there for a strike now, 3-2. Muskrats and the Squirrels coming up later tonight here on your live event. But right now, Christensen 1 strike away from limiting the damage to 1 in the second, and she gets it to retire the side. So all 6 outs have been via the strikeout, but Kindred-Richland has played it 2 runs so far. As they're able to get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 2 complete here from Theraldson Park. It's 2-0 Vikings on your live event.
Basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common. They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Top of the third inning we go. It's the Beulah Miners and the Kindred-Richland Vikings here on your live event. We'll get to our box score here in a moment in terms of how this game has developed. Still at Newman Outdoor Field. It's 14-3 Thompson over Delax Burlington right now. As Cassidy Christensen, that'll be her sister, to go back to the top of the lineup here. Danica Rath through 2 innings, 35 pitches, just 1 hit against with a strikeout. On the opposite side for Christensen, she's thrown 49 pitches through 2 innings of work. 1 pitch and 1 hit here for Rath, and she can't complain about that as Cassidy's retired here, 1-3 on the putout. As Taylor Christensen will come up, so the first time through the order, Danica Rath able to get 7 outs on 9 batters. He'll take that all day in the circle. Christensen rips one down the left field line foul. Taylor for Beulah yesterday had just a really productive game from top to bottom. Had a double in the first, a double in the fourth, and a double in the third with 2 runs scored. And she hit one to straightaway center and left field where it hit the bottom of the wall 2 times. So she's got the power here for the junior pitcher. 0-1 pitch. This one will miss. That'll be 1-1. Old adage of a coach's daughter. And you can kind of see that here in terms of how she attacks the zone and in the circle. 0-1 pitch. That'll be in there for a strike. Now 1-2. So Beulah looking for someone to get a little spark here against Danica Rath in the circle. 1-2 pitch. This one is hit right back to Rath, and she does it again. 1-3 on the put-up. Flashing the leather is Danica Rath. That one more of a little bit quicker of the comebacker compared to Cassidy Christensen. And we're starting to see Danica Rath record some batters out here. 3 straight that have not been able to reach base. DuPont did, but that was on a fielder's choice. This one misses in. It'll be 1-0 to Addie Delgeier. The 8th grade center fielder struck out her first time up. And Beulah's softball helmets almost look like a Ohio State football helmet sometimes in terms of you kind of have those patches that you put across, whether it's for hits, runs, maybe something good in the classroom or in the community, where you have those Buckeyes. This will be 2-0 upcoming here with Delgeier. So right now, Danica Rath falling behind in the count here against the number 2 batter, and now it's 3-0. Rath has only 1 walk. That was a 4-pitch, making a 5-pitch walk to Bieber back in the 2nd inning. 3 balls, no strikes as Danica Rath going up against Addie here as Addie takes some time and steps back in, and the pitch. This will be ball number 4, and hustling down is Delgeier here, and potential 2-out rally now for the Beulah Miners with Ava Seibel. Seibel yesterday against Thompson, 2 of 4 with a run driven in. And right now for Coach Christensen, just wants to keep the line moving. There just really hasn't been anything that's been just laced up so far against Danica Rath. for the Beulah Miners. Running from first, here's Burchell, one hopper, and that's going to get by the shortstop Rowland. Covering it's Jortheim. Now they got her at third, but it goes off the glove. Is it into the dugout? No, it's off the facing of the dugout here. So this will be a stolen base with an error is what it should be to allow Addie Delgeier to get to third base. So now it's a opportunity for Seibel here with a 1-0 count to try to get in there. So you have the stolen base, and then you have the error to allow Delgeier to get to third. And the pitch, I'll be in there for a strike. Now 1-1. And all of a sudden how the tables have turned a little bit here in the third inning for the Beulah Miners. This one foul back. Now 1-2. So for Beulah, we mentioned about leaving opportunities for Kindred-Richland. Well, Beulah, this is an opportunity here in the third inning after leaving 2 on in the second. 1-2 pitch. Just misses. The infield for Kindred-Richland all took about a good step towards the dugout thinking they were going to get the late strike 3 call. Instead, it's an outside ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Danica Rath with a runner at third base. She looks into Burchell and delivers 2-2 out of the zone. It'll be 3-2. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, bottom half of the third inning, it's the meat of the order. Burchell, Fuchsa, and Rath, 3, 4, and 5 batters due up for Kindred-Richland. 3-2 pitch on the way. This one is hit in the air up the first baseline foul. Fuchsa gives it a warning, and she's able to make, or is it off of her glove? It's going to be off of her glove. We kind of ran out of daylight here in terms of where Fuchsa went to where we could see up the first base dugout to see if she can make the catch or not. And it looked like she was going to be able to make it, but just ran out of room and maybe even ran into a little bit of the fencing up the foul side here. So if you're Beulah, you get another crack at it with Seibel. 3-2 pitch. This one is hit in the air. That's to the shortstop trying to make the glove play. Is Rowland. She can't. And the run's going to come in to score. Delgeier comes in. We'll see if they mark it an error or a hit with Seibel, because that was right off the glove, and that was more of a snow cone opportunity there for Ava Seibel. And now it's going to be Brecken Bieber here after the run comes in. Top of the third inning, it's 2-1 now with a run-run game. So Delgeier, and there's going to be an E on the shortstop. This one's going to be hit right back in the middle. The shortstop has a chance, and Rowland that time able to handle that one. So it'll be 6 unassisted to retire the side, but the Beulah Miners able to get a run in the third inning. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-1 Kindred-Richland on your live event.
School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
As we go to the bottom of the third inning here, the Beulah Miners, well, they get a run across. No hits in the inning, but hey, take it any way you can, whether it's a walk, a hit by pitch. Maybe you take advantage of a defensive miscue, and that's what the Beulah Miners were able to do on that particular half inning. Kindred-Richland 2, it's the Beulah Miners 1. It's the state softball tournament from Theraldson Park here in Fargo. Our coverage tomorrow morning, bright and early, breakfast and softball, 10 o'clock with Thompson and Delax Burlington. Burchell first hit. This one will be popped up in the infield. Second baseman comes over, and McKay 1 out here with Burchell. Coverage tomorrow here on your live event gets underway at 10 o'clock in the morning. Thompson and the Lax Burlington, Lewis and Clark. Then the Consolation Championship will feature Velva Drake Adamus and Mayport CG. The third place game will be at 2 o'clock with the title at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Taylor Christensen gets by Birchall, now has to go up against Mackenzie Fuchsa. This one will be a ball 1-0. I'm looking crowd here as well, kind of what you would expect with two local teams with Kindred-Richland and Central Cass. A lot of blue in the stands with the Beulah Miners also here in this one. 1-0 pitch on the way from Christensen, swung on and missed, now 1-1. Kindred-Richland so far run in the first, a run in the second. The go-ahead run right now with Essling is the RBI single back in the second inning from Anya. 1-1 pitch on the way from Christensen. That'll miss up, now 2-1. See, both pitchers have a particular strategy. Working up in the zone is Christensen a little bit more than we see Danica Rath, who's trying to hit her spots and corners kind of right at the knee. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That'll miss low, now 3-1. Danica Rath is due up next. Mackenzie Fuchsa 0 for 1 so far here on the late afternoon or early evening. 3-1 pitch upcoming. This one is fouled to the netting. That'll be 3-2. Earlier today, wins for Velva Drake Adamus over the Thompson Tommies 10-8, and then a 13-4 win for Mayport CG over the Lax Burlington, Lewis and Clark. There was a triple play turned in that as well in the sixth inning. 3-2 pitch on the way. This one is going to be grounded to the pitcher. Christensen to Christensen, older to younger sister. I'll be 1-3 on the putout and 2 down now in the third inning. Danica Rath and Christensen looking for her first 3 up, 3 down inning here. In the first inning, 6 batters came to the plate. In the second, it was 5. And after having the first 6 outs all via the strikeout, the last 2 outs haven't left the infield after a pop-up and a grounder. Danica Rath sees ball number 1 come through the zone. 1-0 pitch against the righty Christensen. As Taylor looks in and fires. Swung on and missed. Now 1-1. Danica Rath struck out her last time up in the first inning. For the Beulah Miners in the top of the fourth, they will be sending their 5, 6, and 7 batters in Backus, Rambolt, and Dupong up to the plate. This one missing outer port, now 2-1. A game that started at 3:52. Half hour old right now. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here with the bottom of the third inning as Christensen looks in and swung on and missed by Danica Rath, now 2-2. So far for Christensen, 20 strikeouts here in this tournament. And she's just had 1 walk. That's pretty good strikeout to walk ratio. 2-2 pitch upcoming here to the opposing pitcher, Rath. This one is hit in the air up the third base line, foul. One thing that NDSU smartly did here in building this softball complex, putting the parking lot a little bit farther away from the foul ball territory where you don't have to call your insurance company about a softball hail claim. Sometimes you might get that through thunderstorms, but no, at Newman Outdoor Field with some of the folks that have to park. 2-2 pitch on the way will be 3-2. Had an old friend of mine who works at Newman Outdoor Field, and one homestand, he had not 1 but 2 windshields shattered in foul ball territory. That was a fun time. 3-2 pitch on the way. Christensen misses in a 2-out walk. So Rath gets aboard. First walk against Taylor Christensen. She'll be courtesy run 4 as Riley Rankin will come on. As Remy DeBoard will be stepping up to the plate here for the Vikings. DeBoard with a strikeout her last time up in the first when runners were at first and second base. Yesterday, DeBoard at the plate, 1 of 3 with 2 runs scored, a run driven in. Here's the pitch. DeBoard looks to bunt, and it's caught, and it's an out. It popped up in the air, not more than a foot. Gerke was there to glove it, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits. There was no errors, and a runner left on base. 3 complete in the state semifinals. It's 2-1 Kindred-Richland on your live event.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
Dakota.
Update for you in the out-of-town scoreboard whip-around department. State A baseball. Jamestown against Fargo North. It's the Blue Jays advancing with a 4-3 win. So Fargo North's season has come to a close. Jamestown will play Bismarck Century in the Class A Consolation Baseball Tournament tomorrow in the fifth-place game at 11:30 from Jack Brown Stadium. Here's the pitch coming up for the Beulah Miners to Avery Backus. Backus takes outside. That'll be a ball. Backus 0 for 1 so far here today. Popped out to Danica Rath on one pitch her last time up, and this time keeps the bat right on the right shoulder. Now ahead in the count 2-0. 2-0 pitch is fouled to the netting, and this will go into the stands. That one just over the netting here. It'll be 2-1. Have yet to see one come into the press box. Now that we say that, that's probably announcer's jinx. But we have yet to see one come into the press box here this weekend. 2-1 pitch. Good spot in there for a strike. 2-2. Burchell has been living right on the edge, the outer part of the plate, and able to hit that low strike for most of the afternoon. 2-2 pitch. This one runs in a pop-up to Ammerman at third, and Ammerman collects the out. As Rembolt had a single her last time up, Beulah left 2 runners on in the second inning, 1 in the third, and with 3 up and 3 down in the first. At the plate, Kindred-Richland, they have left at least a runner on so far in both the first, second, and third innings. This one will miss outside for a ball, 1-1. Runs have been hard to come by for both of these teams here in this game so far through 3 innings. It's been the walks and the singles. You just haven't seen that big hit yet to the outfield to allow a carousel of runners going on the base pass. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out here with Danica Rath. Maddie Burchell behind the plate. The righty winds and delivers. 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. Now 2-1. Ammerman at third base, rolling at short with Mock at second. Fuchsa at first base. 2-1 pitch on the way from Rath. This one is hit on the ground foul up the third base line, and we'll keep it at 2-2. From left to right in the outfield, it's DeBoard, Jornheim in center, and Essling in right. Danica Rath, 1 walk, 1 strikeout so far through 10 outs. This one's going to be hit in the air, and the wind will kind of bring it back down quicker with Mock, as she might have thought she had to go farther out into the shorter part of right field. Instead, it'll be 2 down now here in the 4th inning. Lizzie DePong reached on a fielder's choice her last time up in the second. 0 for 1 so far today. The most batters Beulah has sent to the plate is 5. They did that in the second and the third, after having just 3 in the first. This one swung on and missed. Nice job by Danica Rath. 0-1. Danica Rath right now, not known for the speed in terms of the power pitching, but if she can get these breaking balls going, 0-1 pitch, and hitting the zone, it's going to be very tough to try to beat a particular pitcher who just finds the rhythm and finds the opportunity here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. 1-1 pitch. That one in there for a strike. Now 1-2. Rath looking for her second 3-up, 3-down inning here. A strike away. Also looking for her second strikeout of the afternoon. And the pitch. Got him. Strike 3, looking to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Danica Rath through 4 innings of work, 1 hit against, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Vikings coming to the plate.
Is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, Shane with Irie Insurance. We are proud to announce our Benefits Connect platform. You will have more options with Irie Insurance Benefits Connect. You have choices. Do you know who your group agent is? Do you meet annually to review benefits? Would you like to save money? Would you like more benefits? You have choices. We take a different approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com.
This is
Update for you from Newman Outdoor Field. It's all Thompson, 18-3, bottom of the fourth inning against Lex Burlington. It looks like the Tommies are headed to the state championship game coming up tomorrow in Class B baseball. Right now in softball, bottom of the fourth inning here, bottom of the lineup for the Vikings. Jornheim, Ammerman, and Essling here. It's 1-0 to Jansen Jornheim. Jornheim opened up the second inning with a single and a run scored as she came in off of Essling RBI. 1-0 pitch. Final miss. Now 2-0. Kindred-Richland sent 6 batters to the plate in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third. 2-0 pitch on the way. Taylor Christensen, 3 innings of work so far. This one's going to be hit up the first base line over the dugout and foul. Will be 2-1. So far, Kindred-Richland able to have 4 hits against Christensen. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 6 strikeouts, and there has been a 1 free pass that came with Danica Rath with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Now 2-2. Taylor Christensen and Savakul from Renville County, they have been really the stars so far in the circle with Santrum at Mayport CG so far throughout this tournament. 2-2 pitch misses low. Now 3-2 upcoming. Ammerman and Essling due up next. Full count as the righty Christensen looks in. And that'll be ball number 4 and allow Jornheim to get to first base. A leadoff walk. And now Kindred-Richland wants to play again with Sam Brandt. Do you have a person that you trust a lot here with Ammerman with the bat? We will see if it's more the small run variety here, or do you let Avery Ammerman go swing the bat here in the A spot? Ammerman looks to bunt. She does. It's going to be foul now, 0-1. So Ammerman trying to bunt that one now. We'll see what the play is with Jornheim again at first base. North Dakota State University, a gorgeous facility for Division I softball. It's just a shame sometimes they're unable to use it just because of the weather and their schedule for non-conference games. 0-1 pitch. Looking to bunt, taking the bat back was going to be Ammerman. Going down to second is Jornheim. Is Jornheim able to get there on a stolen base? She was off with the pitch. So now a runner will be in scoring position. It will be a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And now I would assume with a runner in scoring position in Ammerman, you're probably going to let her try to swing away here and either have a productive out by getting the runner to third with Jornheim or trying to get an RBI single potentially. Bottom of the fourth inning here. Winner goes to the state championship tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in Fargo. 1-1 pitch, looking to bunt. And now it's going to be 2-1 as she took the bump back, and the one thing you do is you see what the defense is going to do. Bieber came charging down the line, but a better job by Seibel to cover third. If Seibel did not cover third, then Jornheim would have easily gained third base on a stolen base because Gerke would have had nowhere to throw. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way. This one is going to be low. Now 3-1. After Ammerman, Essling, then back to the top of the lineup here for Kindred-Richland. Taylor Christensen, 3 innings of work, 4 hits against, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. And to labor a little bit so far through the early parts of these innings. This one will run in, and that'll be another walk. So back-to-back walks for the batters 7 and 8 here. And Coach Christensen's going to come out and have a little conference call. So runners at first and second here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. As you have Kyle Christensen coming on and talking it over here, and we might get a new pitcher, and we will. We'll let you know who's coming in next here on your live event.
Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
So Del Geyer will come on from center field and pitch now. Going to bunt there was Essling. That'll be a strike now, 0-1. So DuPont goes to center from right. Bieber goes from third base to right field. The former pitcher Taylor Christensen goes to short, and Seibel now at third base. And there might be an illegal pitch on that one potentially, so that'll be a ball. As again, you have to have your plant foot the entire way through on the particular turf here going through. If you bring your foot up, that'll be an illegal pitch. So we'll see what Dale Geyer is able to do here. Drags that one. This will be a foul ball, and this will go off the umpire here. And now the runner and Essling saying that she got hit, and now they're going to say, no, you got to come back. So we see an illegal pitch, and now that time Essling thought she got hit, and they're going to say, no, you went for the softball through the zone. So that'll be a strike, and it should be 1-1 with the foul tip. So at second base will be Jornheim. Ammerman is at first base again for Kindred-Richland. Rembolt is in left, Dupont in center, Bieber in right. Cassidy Christensen is at first base with Gerke still behind the plate. McKay at second. Christensen, that is Taylor at shortstop, and Seibel is going to be at third. As you have Dale Geyer again on the mound. So at least in this game, Kindred-Richland has chased Taylor Christensen. 1-1 pitch. This will miss inside. Now it'll be 2-1. So if you're the Vikings, you have a chance to pounce right now in the bottom of the fourth inning, particularly with a very juicy part of your lineup due up after Essling. 2-1 pitch. Essling did try to go, and that'll be through the zone. Now 2 balls in 2 strikes. Roland due up next here for Kindred-Richland. Runners at first and second. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and miss, and Dale Geyer gets the punch out. That's the 7th strikeout of a Viking batter here today. Now it's to Leah Roland. Roland reached base in the first on an air with a run scored and struck out swinging her last time up. So she's someone, again, with her speed where you could go small ball here or let her swing away. Well, they're going to let her swing away up the third base line and just missed a foul ball. Now it'll be 0-1. Batter number 4 here in this fourth inning for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Game number 7 of 12 in this state tournament. And now you go to Dale Geyer, the 8th grader here in the circle, having to try to get some big outs here in the fourth inning. 0-1 pitch on the way. That'll miss. Up in the zone, now 1-1. Later we'll see for Central Cass if they start Peyton Nelson or Tori Richter in the second semifinal game. And you guys think Savicool will come on and start for Renville County after having the performance she did last night. 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. Good job by Gerke keeping it close enough to not allow Jornheim to scamper to third. It'll be 2-1. Sometimes you don't need to smother it. You just need to get enough of it, and that's exactly what Gerke did, keeping it close to the batter's box there. After that one would have went up either side, Jornheim probably would have broke for third. 2-1 pitch on the way. That one in there for a strike, now 2-2. So all of a sudden, Dale Geyer now is one particular pitch away from trying to get it out as we have a softball coming in as Kyle Christensen says, I see something yellow down the left field line that probably shouldn't be there. As the softball will have a quick time and everybody will collect their breath after Rem Bolt is able to throw that one into the Renville County bullpen as they're warming up down the left field line. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jordan again at second with Ammerman at first after a pair of walks to begin this inning. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit up the third base line. Foul and will do it all over again. Crazy to think 2009, taking a look at the wall here, the regionals that North Dakota State's been able to make. Last one in 2019, but 2009 they made the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament in softball, going down to Arizona, playing the Sun Devils. That's already 13 years ago. 2-2 pitch on the way. This one is hit up the first base line, foul. It'll be 2-2, and not to toot Darren Mathern's own horn, but in terms of a team that's had success at the Division I level, especially with a team that has to travel as much as the Bison, it's been a very quality program, winning Summit League titles, and you just figure you pencil them into the Summit League tournament every year. 2-2 pitch upcoming here to Roland again. Swung on and missed, and Dale Geyer gets strikeout number 2 here of the inning. A rise ball that Roland swung through, and now it's up to Mock here. So Mock will come up here. 1 of 2 with a single in the first, struck out in the second, and Dale Geyer's 1 out away from getting out of the situation that Taylor Christensen put her in here in the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch. This one will get by the catcher, Gerke, and runners will move up 60 feet. So Jordan at third, Ammerman at second, and it'll be 1-0 count here to Mock. Right with a single in the first inning, and a single here would definitely score 1, if not 2 runs. Kindred-Richland left 2 runners on in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third. 1-0 pitch is going to be foul. We'll make it 1-1. So right now for the Beulah Miners, they have 11 outs against Kindred-Richland, and 8 of them have been via the strikeout. 6 by Christensen and 2 by Dale Geyer right now. 1 ball, 1 strike to the number 2 batter. Going off speed, that'll miss now. 2-1. So 2-1 pitch upcoming here as Mock steps back in. This one is hit on the ground. That's McKay at second. McKay goes over and just in time for 3 on the putout to Cassidy Christensen. So no runs, no hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left on base after a pair of walks to start the inning. You have Jornheim stranded at third and Ammerman stranded at second. We go to the top of the 5th inning. It's a 2-1 contest here for Kindred-Richland.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District, summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
Top of the 5th inning we go. Kindred-Richland up by 1 right now over the Beulah Miners. Beulah will send Gerke, Cassidy Christensen, and Taylor Christensen, the 8, 9, and 1 batters here against the Kindred-Richland Vikings pitcher in Danica Rath. Rath so far 4 innings of work, 1 hit against, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Beulah's left 3 runners on for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. They have left 6 runners on in comparison so far. Their 4 innings of work. Chase Miller with you here on your live event at Theraldson Park. A gorgeous day for softball. Kind of has that hint of summer again, as after having a meager and just gloomy April, May able to get a ton of games in, maybe not in the weather that they wanted, but able to start getting golf results, track and field, baseball, and softball here for Prep Sports as Gerke takes a ball 1-0. Danica Rath looks back in, and the 1-0 pitch. This one is smashed past the first baseman. Fuchs up the right field line. Diving there is Essling. Essling will come up and make the throw. So Essling's dive allows the ball not to get all the way to the wall, but by the time she had to slide there to keep the ball going to the wall, that'll allow Gerke to go to second. And it's a leadoff single here for the Beulah Miners. Check that, a double here for the Beulah Miners. So good hit by Gerke going the opposite way. And now with nobody out here, we'll get a courtesy runner for the Beulah Miners as okay, so excuse me. So that was Stefan who came in for a pinch hit for Gerke. So that again was Callie Stefan, the sophomore, came in and able to get that hit. And Coach Christensen says, you know what? Why don't we try to do something a little bit different against Danica Rath, and gets the pinch hit knock. And then Gerke will come on here, the catcher, to courtesy run for her now. As Cassidy Christensen will step up to the plate. And it'll be one for Cassidy Christensen. 0 for 1 so far today. The first baseman, 8th grader, with the tying run in scoring position. This one's hit up the first baseline foul. That'll be a strike. And right now for Kindred-Richland, going up against Beulah. Beulah just has a chance. No balls, 2 strikes here to Christensen. And the pitch. 0-2 pitch is foul. Then we'll keep it at 0-2. Here, Beulah, you're just one good hit away from now taking the lead with a home run that's hit somewhere, or possibly just do what they did before, hit one up the first base line and try to get another double. Swung on and missed, and that'll be the punch out and the 3rd strikeout for Danica Rath. So Taylor Christensen, and this is someone you might consider not throwing it on the inner part of the plate at all to allow her to try to whip run around here to left center field. This one, outer part of the plate, it'll be 0-1. So Taylor Christensen has been having to deal with that ball that's been on the outer part by Danica Rath. They just don't want to leave something middle in here against a quality hitter and the junior. This one going to be off the catcher's mitt. Burchell trying to get the runner at third base, and Gerke smartly put on the brakes about 20 feet and then hustled back down to second base. It'll be 1-1. Taylor Christensen now playing shortstop here for the Beulah Miners after being the pitcher. Dale Geyer, the catcher, due up next, or the center fielder, due up next. Now the pitcher. 1-1 pitch is hit up the first base side for a ball. It'll be 1-2. So 1-2 with one out here upcoming to Taylor Christensen, and Beulah has a chance to tie this puppy up in the 5th inning. Danica Rath looks in and winds. 1-2 pitch is hit in the air to right field. The right fielder comes in with Essling. Gerke is going to tag up as she's going to scamper into third base. So it's going to be a productive out for Christensen on the fly out to right. And base running there by Gerke to get to third. And now it's up to Dale Geyer. Geiger with a walk with a run scored in the 3rd. Able to get a stolen base, then came in as well on 2 errors in that inning. The pitch. That'll be outside for a ball, now 1-0. So Beulah left 2 runners on in the 2nd. They left 1 runner on in the 3rd. And now right now they want to get that run in from third base and try to even this one up at 2 apiece. This one will be outside missing, now 2-0. After Dale Geyer, it will be Ava Seibel due up next. Danica Rath falls behind the count. 3 strikeouts to 1 walk so far, and has given up 3 hits. This one, outer part of the plate, missing as well, now 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes here. And you got to think, Addie, unless it's in a certain part of the plate, you're going to be taking here to try to get aboard, because if she can get aboard, she would be the potential game-winning one. Instead, 3-0 pitch, hit one into center field, and that one's going to get by the diving Jordheim. Rounding first, on her way to second, it's going to be Dale Geyer. It's a 3-0 double for Addie, and we're tied at 2 apiece. Coming into score is going to be Gerke. And on a 3-0 pitch, Dale Geyer hit that one to left center field. Jornheim spread out and tried to catch that one in the air, diving, but she just couldn't come down with it. Now it's 2-2 here in the 5th inning. With the RBI double. And we're tied again at 2 apiece. As Ava Seibel will come on, and she'll take a ball. 0 for 2 so far today. Did reach base on the air in the 3rd inning for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. They will have their 3, 4, and 5 batters due up in the bottom of the 5th. This one is going to be low. The runner goes. Burchell's throw down the tag. They got her. Out at 3rd is Dale Geyer. The throw, Burchell to Ammerman to retire the side. 3-5 on the putout. But Beulah does strike here with 1 run off of 2 hits. There was no errors and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, tied at 2 here on your live events.
Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Beulah with 2 hits, a single by Steffen and then a double by Dale Geyer. Their previous hit was just by Rembolt in the 2nd inning. Then there was a couple walks that have been smattered in between. So they get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. They have 2 runs on 3 hits so far for the Beulah Miners, and there is an error against them. This one's going to be first pitch swinging again by Burchell to the second baseman. Takes the hop, not in time. Maddie Burchell to try to fist that one off. She hit another one on a first pitch to McKay. McKay to see that one drop, and by the time she did try to barehand it, Maddie Burchell hustling up the line to get an infield single on Dale Geyer here. So now it's Fuchsa for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. That's their first hit off of Dale Geyer. 5 hits so far today for Kindred-Richland. Do have a pair of errors against them. 2-2 here. Swung on and missed. Now 0-1. Maddie Burchell came into the state tournament with 9 stolen bases, so don't put it past head coach Sam Brandt to maybe send her senior catcher here. Going up against Dale Geyer here in the circle. 0-1 pitch on the way. That one going to be in there for a strike now. 0-2. Mackenzie Fuchsa on the day. 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the first. A ground out back to the pitcher at the time was Taylor Christensen in the 3rd. Runner at first base again is Maddie Burchell. And the 0-2 pitch upcoming. This one is going to be hit on the ground to the 3rd baseman, Seibel. Seibel across the diamond. That gets by the first baseman, Cassidy Christensen. Runners will go an extra 60 feet. So it'll be an error, and Burchell will go from 1st to 3rd. Fuchsa now at 2nd, and that might be an error on the throw after that was able to get by Cassidy Christensen. And they're going to give the error to the first baseman here after they're going to say it hit her glove. So it'll be Burchell at 3rd base, Fuchsa at 2nd. Danica Rath, a chance to get some runners across here for Kindred-Richland. So again, the heart of the order here for the Vikings, just put the ball in play. You never know what can happen. Rath looks to bunt, takes the bat back, and it is a strike now, 0-1. So that'll be the 2nd error against the Beulah Miners here. As we have another softball in left field that comes across and onto the field. So 2nd time that has happened here. And we'll have 0-1 upcoming as both Central Cass and Renville County getting loose and getting ready for their game at 6 o'clock. No balls, 1 strike here in the bottom of the 5th inning to Rath. And the pitch. This one will come in and hit her. So this one will come in and hit Danica Rath, and bases will be full of Vikings. And we'll have a courtesy runner here for Kindred-Richland as Rankin will come on and be at first. And now it's Remy DeBoard due up next. Bases full. The infield will come in for the Beulah Miners here, as this is going to be an opportunity now for Kindred-Richland here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch, that'll get by the catcher. Coming in from third base here is going to be Burchell. He slides in safely. It's 3-2, Kindred-Richland. So coming in to score is going to be Burchell. Fuchsa goes to third base. Danica Rath, Rankin now at second. It's a wild pitch there that'll allow Remy DeBoard to work ahead in the count now. 3-2 is the score, but 1-0 is the count. Bottom of the 5th inning, wild pitch as Burchell comes in and scores. It's now 3-2 Kindred-Richland. Kindred-Richland has either led or it's been a tie ball game so far. The Beulah Miners have only trailed or been tied with the Vikings. Now the infield has to come in yet again, as we're going to get another time as another ball across the way continues to come on. And this is one of those things where it is disrupting the game, and now the officials are going to come over, the umpires, and say you might have to go a little bit farther over to the left-hand side and maybe to a different mound, because there is 3 different warm-up mounds down the left field line, and we've seen it not once but twice here in the last handful of minutes, where if you get a loose ball or one goes by the catcher, will allow the runner to come in. 1 ball, no strikes here to Remy DeBoard. And the 1-0 pitch. This one's going to be fouled, and it'll be 1-2. So right now for Kindred-Richland, they are up by a run right now. But again, we've said it once or twice before, they've left valuable cargo, so to speak, on deck, and they haven't been able to bring it home. That's been the base runners. 6 different runners have been left on base. As right now we'll see if Coach Christensen coming on and seeing if we're going to get a new pitching change or not. Gerke looks to be okay behind the plate, as they'll give her a little bit of a breathing room. Make sure she's all right after got a little opportunity here. 1 ball and 1 strike for the Beulah Miners in the top of the 6th inning. We'll get to their lineup in a second. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, now 1-2. For Beulah, they'll be sending their 3, 4, and 5 batters in Seibel, Bieber, and Backus. And a reminder, Del Geyer was thrown out at third to end the inning in the top of the 5th for Beulah. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. The righty Del Geyer looking for the first down of the inning for Beulah. 1-2 pitch, that'll miss. Now 2-2 in the infield again, playing in for the Miners. Cassidy Christensen at first, McKay at second, Taylor Christensen at short, and Seibel at third base. Outfield straight away. 2 balls, 2 strikes here as Del Geyer working against the sophomore Remy DeBoard. As Del Geyer finds herself in a pickle now in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch, swung on and miss, and there's out number 1. Third strikeout for Del Geyer here in relief. 1 down as Jansen Jordheim steps up to the plate for Kindred-Richland. Jordheim with a single and a run scored in the 2nd, walked with a stolen base in the 4th. If Del Geyer does hit her or throw a walk, there is first base open right now, but don't want to have to put Vikings again with loaded bases one more time, as this will be a ball, now 1-0. Kindred-Richland, 1 run across in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 5th. Beulah, 1 run across in the 3rd, and 1 run across in the 5th inning so far. As we mentioned, been a lot of stationary softball, more small ball here in this contest. 1-0 pitch swung on and missed, now 1-1. Dale Geyer an inning and a third so far in relief of Christensen. Just one hit against, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Jansen Jornheim here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Winner advances to tomorrow's championship at 4. This one is hit and foul, then it will be 1-2. Loser will play in the third place game at 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. Last season, the Kindred-Richland Vikings. This one will be low, getting back, sliding back in safely. There is going to be Mackenzie Fuchsa. Fuchsa comes in now and scores. Now the runner goes from second to third in there, and it's 4-2. So Gerke's throw gets by Seibel, which will allow Mackenzie Fuchsa to come in and score. Also, Rankin goes to now third base. It's now 4-2, Kindred-Richland. So that'll be the second error of the inning. 2-2 pitch is going to be fouled, as that one is going to get by the third baseman Seibel again as it hit her glove, and then once it got by her, Fuchsa got up and came in to score. So 2 runs across now for Kindred-Richland in the 5th, and a chance to make it 3 with a runner at third. This one gets by the catcher. Now the catcher's going to take it off the backstop. Sliding, got her! Gerke took that one right off the backstop. It bounced perfectly. Coming down was Rankin, and Rankin is out at home. What a play by Gerke. So now out at home is Rankin. And now there's 2 outs here in the 5th. 3-2 pitch. That'll miss for a ball, and it should be a walk, and it is. So Jornheim will get to first base on the walk. So Beulah now with 3 errors, and the errors are becoming more and more costly for Beulah because the outs are becoming fewer and far between as we continue in this contest. As Beulah just has 6 outs remaining. Here's the pitch on the way. This one running in. Throw down to shortstop. Sliding in safely there's going to be Jordan as she stays put at second base. So Jansen Jornheim will be at second base here as Avery Ammerman works ahead in the count 1-0. And now you're going to have Christensen coming on and talking it over here, and we'll see if we maybe get another pitching change or not. As Dale Geyer. And we might see Taylor Christensen come back on the mound here for the Beulah Miners, and that's what we're going to do. So Christensen will come back after you have a runner now at second base here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings on your live event.
School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
So Christensen will come on in relief after starting the game going 3 innings, 4 hits against, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Bill Geyer goes an inning and 2/3 so far here as we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. She does have a hit against her, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts, but a couple of errors in this inning have proved costly because you've had 2 runs come in, Burchell and Fuchsa so far. And now Jansen Jornheim is going to be at second. And if it wasn't for the Dale Geyer threw that one and it was out of the zone and hit the backstop. And Gerke came back and able to find it immediately, glove it off the carom, and able to apply the tag at home. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. It'll be 1-1. So Avery Ammerman now going up against Christensen. Dale Geyer is charged with the runner at second if Jornheim does come in to score. 1 ball, 1 strike here, 2 outs and the pitch. That'll be in there for a strike now, 1-2. And Beulah will have the meat of their order again, 3, 4, and 5 due up in the 6th. But Kindred-Richland so far with 2 runs across here in the 5th inning. 1-2 pitch. Well, it's going to be out now, 2-2. Beulah or Renville County trying to do something that no team has done outside of Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark. That's a team from the West playing in the state championship. The Lakers did it back in 2018. 2-2 pitch from Christensen. Swung on and missed, and that'll retire the side here. So Christensen gets her 7th strikeout of the evening. But the Kindred-Richland Vikings able to score as now they lead by 2 against the Beulah Miners on your live event.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
Ava Seibel was up in the 5th, but then again, Dale Geyer got thrown out at third base, so Seibel is back on for her 3rd at-bat here for the Beulah Miners. This one a check swing up the first base line for a dugout, now 0-1. Danica Rath on for her 6th inning of work here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. No balls, 1 strike here. The Vikings 6 outs away from trying to get back to a state championship. Off-speed pitch. That'll miss, now 1-1. Last time the Kindred-Richland Vikings made a state championship, that was 2019. 2020 was COVID. Last year, Thompson played Central Cass in Trapper Field in Jamestown. It'll be 1-2. If the Vikings can make it to the state title, it'll be their 5th in program history. They're looking for their 4th state title and first since 2017. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Seibel. This one is hit right back up the middle, and Ava gets aboard. A leadoff single here for Beulah. So Bieber will be coming up now. As Brecken Bieber, the junior 3rd baseman here. Entendre there with double B to start. A walk in the 2nd, grounded out in the 3rd inning. Runner at first base again will be Seibel. And the pitch. This one is hit right to the second baseman, off of her shoe, or off of her knee there, a mock, and that's going to be an error. Runners will be at first and second here, so Seibel gets to second. That should be an E4 on that one. And that'll allow the runners to get to first and second base respectively. So that's going to be the error here, and that'll be the 3rd one on Kindred-Richland. And right now we might get a courtesy runner coming on here for Beulah. We do. The Miners will send Alexis Kuhn will be at second base now. So Kuhn at second. Bieber's going to be at first base. And the Beulah Miners saying, yeah, we gave up a couple runs in the 5th, but we're going to knock on the door here with Avery Backus, the senior designated player. 0 for 2 with a pair of pop-ups today here for the Miners. Beulah needs it here in the top of the 6th inning. Pitch by Danica Rath. That'll be in there for a strike. That'll be 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here. And the pitch. That'll be in there for a strike now, 0-2. Pretty much the Kindred-Richland defense saying, hey, we're going to leave first base open, but we're going to cover second and third in case you do bunt. This one is right back off the pitcher, and they'll be right up the middle, and everybody moves up 60 feet. And they got the runner at third base. Kuhn overslid, came back to try to come back, so give Jordheim rolling to Ammerman. That'll be 8-6 to 5 on the putout, and 1 out now here in the 6th inning. Oh, that is a big base running blunder by the Miners. Bieber will be at second base. Backus is going to be at first. She reaches on the base knock, so that's the second hit. But that's a base running blunder there for the Miners. This one's going to be fouled. It'll be 0-1 to Rembrandt. So that one's going to be tough. No balls, 1 strike here with 1 out. And the pitch. This one is going to be hit on the ground right to the shortstop. They get the lead runner at third. It's staying put there, kind of caught in the boxes. Bieber, she didn't want to get tagged, but at the same point, you got to go to third. So getting the lead runner out there will be the shortstop. That'll go 6-5 on the putout. Rembolt reached base on a fielder's choice, and Bieber is retired. And now it goes to DePong. Lizzie is 0 for 2 so far here today with a strikeout looking. That came in the 4th inning. And this one in there for a strike. It'll be 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out here. And the pitch. Swung on and miss. Now it'll be 0-2. Beulah Miners with runners at first and second here. So Backus at second, Rembolt at first. 0-2 pitch on the way is hit on the ground up the third base line, and we'll keep it at 0-2. So stepping in here for Beulah, again will be DuPong. And the 0-2 pitch. That'll miss for a ball, now 1-2. 1-2 pitch upcoming here. Danica Rath, 1 strike away from getting out of the pickle here in the 6th. And she just about gets strike number 3. Gerke is the next batter due up. She was pinch hit for by Steffen in the 5th. And Steffen was able to knock a single or a double into right field. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with Danica Rath. And now she'll take a pause here for a second. And the 2-2 pitch. This one is foul, then we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it started off with a single by Seibel. Kook came on at second to courtesy run. Bieberich based on an error, then Backus right up the middle for Beulah, which looked like bases will be loaded. 2-2 pitch. This one hit in the air. That's to right field, and that'll die for the right fielder, Essling. Runners will come in and score. It will be an RBI single. And DuPong delivers. It's now 4-3. So coming in will be Backus from second base. Rembolt goes from first to third. DuPong is going to be now at first. So 4-3 right now. Good piece of hitting by DuPong to battle through with the RBI. And now Kindred-Richland will come out and have a little conference meeting on the mound here, or on the circle. So there's 2 outs. As now it's to Kayla Gerke here is the next batter due up here for Beulah. Contest started at 3:52. Getting over a hour and a half old now. The Vikings give up a run, but they're 1 out away from still being in the lead going to the bottom of the 6th inning. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning for Kindred-Richland. They will send their 9-1-2 batters, Essling, Rowland, and Mock. So Kindred-Richland right now will have Danica Rath back on there. 5 2/3 innings pitched so far, as Gerke looks to step in here for the Miners. Gerke 0 for 1 with a pop-out. That was in the 2nd inning. Runner at third base is Rembolt. At first base is DuPong. So you have the go-ahead and the game-tying run both on board here for the Miners. And the pitch. Runner will slowly jog. Almost baiting her was DuPong, seeing if Birchall would maybe try to go down to second. But the old adage is if you throw down to second, the runner from third might beeline it down to try to get to home. So Birchall says, take second, that's fine. Gerke ahead in the count 1-0 to Danica Rath. Rath with the 1-0 pitch. Outer part of the plate. That'll miss. And now 2-0. Something that Rath was hitting earlier in the day. Now can't get there enough here as the shadows are starting to come into play a little bit more here at Thoroldson Park. Here's the 2-0 pitch upcoming. This one will miss for a ball. It'll be 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings against the Beulah Miners. A 4-pitch walk would load the bases here in the 6th inning. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike, now 3-1. So Gerke taking all the way on that one. 3 balls, 1 strike here with Cassidy Christensen due up next, but we would have a pinch hitter, it looks like, in the circle. 3-1 pitch. This one is popped up and hit in the air. The second baseman calls everybody off, and Mock able to retire the side for the pop-up. But Beulah does score a run in the top of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Kindred-Richland coming to the plate on your live event.
The bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, Shane with Irie Insurance. We are proud to announce our Benefits Connect platform. You will have more options with Irie Insurance Benefits Connect. You have choices. Do you know who your group agent is? Do you meet annually to review benefits? Would you like to save money? Would you like more benefits? You have choices. We take a different approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to irieinsurance.com.
This is Chris.
Bottom of the 6th inning here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Essling, Rowland, and Mock here, 9-1 and 2 batters. Coming up here for Kindred-Richland as they're up by a run right now, but Beulah knocked on the door there in the 6th inning, able to get 1 run back. So Kindred-Richland, 2 runs in the 5th, a run in the 1st and the 2nd inning as well. That's how they've gotten to 4 runs so far. Christensen on here for the Beulah Miners. Here's the pitch on the way, and this one will miss for a ball against Essling. Essling so far today, a single with a stolen base in the 2nd is 1 of 2. Kindred-Richland with the 1-0 pitch. That'll be 2-0. Kindred-Richland, 14 wins, 3 losses on this season. Beulah at 20-6. 2-0 pitch upcoming here to Essling. Swung on and missed, now 2-1. Two-one pitch. This one is going to miss. Now it'll be 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike here. No outs in the 6th inning on the pitch. This one fouled back and will make it 3-2. So Christensen in the circle. Dale Geyer again at shortstop now for the Beulah Miners. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Christensen, 8 punch-outs so far in relief, to start, and then 1 strikeout in coming back, and now she gets another strikeout. So, that will be strikeout number 8. That'll be strikeout number 11 total against this Viking lineup. 1 down here as now it goes back to the top of the order for the 4th time through here for the Vikings with Leah Rowland. Rowland with a pair of strikeouts and hits one into left center field. Good job getting there as Dupont to bring it back in. Rowland just kind of golfed that one out to left center field. She's aboard with her 2nd hit, both via the single here. As Brea Mock will be coming on here. Mock will be on the day, 1 of 3 with a single in the 1st inning. Strikeout and a ground out here, and the pitch. That one will be in there for a strike, 0-1. Maddie Burchell due up next, and Burchell wasted little time her last 2 times up, swinging at the first pitch in the 3rd and the 5th inning. So runner at first base here is Rowland. We'll see if she goes on the 0-1 offering. Stays put there. Now it'll be 1-1 for the Beulah Miners. Coming up in the top of the 7th inning would be Christensen, and Dale Geyer. The 9-1 and 2 batters would be scheduled up here for the Miners. 1-1 pitch. This one will come in and it hit her. No, it did not hit the batter, but it will allow Roland to get to second base. So now runner at second will be Roland as that one came running in and almost hit Brea Monk. So Brea will look up the third base sign of Sam Brandt and see what the play will be on here for Kindred-Richland. 2-1 pitch. This one is hit up the third base line, giving some chase there is Seibel, and Seibel runs out of room. It'll be 2-2. Next game will be scheduled, start about a half hour after this contest between Central Cass and Renville County. So if this game gets over, for example, at around 5:45, looking at about a 6:15 first pitch as both Renville County and Central Cass, they're waiting to see who they're going to play. 2-2 pitch. This one will be dancing as Roland, and she'll take a ball, does Brea. This will be 3-2 to the number 2 batter here in the Kindred-Richland lineup. Mock so far has a good bat brewing. 3-2 pitch. This one is hit in the air up the right field line to the track to the wall, and that's going to be in there. That's at least a double. Mock round second. She's hustling for third. It's a triple here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they lead it 5-3. Going the opposite way is the sophomore second baseman, Mock, with a triple. And that is a large insurance run for the Vikings. Coming in to score is going to be Roland. 5-3. Mock again with the triple. And it's the RBI variety, and that might be our precision play of the game. An extra base hit. We haven't said too many of those here today. And now it's Maddie Burchell, first pitch swinging, and that one goes right over us here in the press box. That'll be 0-1. Might need to check the shingles afterwards. Maddie Burchell again aggressive. First pitch swinging in the third, in the fifth, and now in the sixth here for Kindred-Richland. She's looking to put one into the outfield and get a sacrifice fly and add another run for the Vikings. This one will miss. Now 1-1. So after a strikeout to Essling, a single by Roland, and a triple by Mock, now you're going to have Maddie Burchell trying to add on here for the Vikings in the bottom of the sixth inning. 1-1 pitch. Burchell hits one to the third baseman, and this one's going to be off of her glove, and it'll be another error on the Miners. So Mock will come in to score. Burchell will reach base on an E5. It hit Seibel right in the glove, and as Seibel was going to look the runner, that's going to be an error, and another one here on Beulah. That's going to be their fourth, and errors are costly. It's now 6-3. As Fuchsa will step up to the plate. You can kind of see what Seibel's doing. Burchell just goes right to second base on a steal. It's now 6-3 Kindred-Richland. Burchell will be at second. That's a tough one there for the Miners because you had the runner dead in the rights, no question about it. And his Mock just kind of was caught in a hot box there, but then by the time Seibel was going to go exchange it from the glove to her throwing hand, she dropped it, and that allowed Brea to come in and score. And now all of a sudden, Fuchsa has a runner in scoring position for Kindred-Richland. 2 runs across here in the sixth inning. 0-1 pitch on the way. This one is hit in the air to straightaway center field. DuPong is there. DuPong gloves it. Burchell trying to gain an extra 60 feet. Slide in safely here for Kindred-Richland. So 2 down, but now Burchell stands at third base. A productive out by Fuchsa, and now it's Danica Rath. Batter number 6 here in the inning for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. A win here by Kindred-Richland would make sure there's at least one Region 1 team, but possibly not even 2, coming up tomorrow in the championship. This one will be by Gerke for a second, but Gerke keeps it close enough. Now will be a ball. Danica Rath is 0 for 2 today. 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch. And a strikeout back in the first against Christensen. 1-0 pitch. Off speed. That'll miss. Now 2-0. Remedy Board is due up next. So the Kindred-Richland Vikings, 1 win away from getting to the state championship. And that would be for the 5th time in program history. 2-0 pitch. That'll miss. Now 3-0. Kindred-Richland was there in 2014, 2016, and 17. 2 wins against Central Cass, 1 loss. The 1 loss came in 2019, their last appearance. 3-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Now it's 3-1. Central Cass Squirrels and Renville County coming up again after the conclusion of this contest. 3-1 upcoming here to Danica Rath. And the pitch. This one is grounded foul, now 3-2. So Vikings, after Beulah was able to get a run across in the 6th, but left 2 runners on. Kindred-Richland, they came back and so far with a small crooked number, but they have a 3-run lead. This one is hit in the air. That's to left field. Rembolt is back, and that'll retire the side on the fly out to left. But the Kindred-Richland Vikings scored 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. Beulah down to their final 3 outs here on your live events.
Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
Top of the 7th inning we go for the Beulah Miners. They're going to have a pinch hitter coming on for Cassidy Christensen here. Kennedy Shook will be coming on, the senior outfielder here and the position player. So she'll come on and pinch hit as Maddie Burchell throws it down to second base. So Kennedy Shook on now for the Beulah Miners. So Shook will step up here for Beulah. There's 3 outs for Coach Kyle Christensen. The Miners, again, last season finished consolation champs for Beulah. And this is a chance here for the Miners. No matter what happens this season, they have already had their best finish in program history here at state softball. But anytime you get this close to playing in a state championship game, you want to try to find a way to get there. As this one will be a strike. Danica Rath, 0-1 pitch upcoming. This one fouled, and here has a chance. That'll be on top of the roof again now, 0-2. They've been close the last couple foul balls here. No balls, 2 strikes. Then it goes back to the top of the lineup here for Beulah. 0-2 pitch. This one is going to be hit on the ground. There is Roland. Roland gloves it, goes across the diamond. 6-3 on the putout. And 1 down here in the 7th inning. So Kindred-Richland right now 2 outs away from heading back to a state championship game where they would await the winner of Central Cass and Renville County. And for Kindred-Richland this season, they have played both Central Cass and Renville County. I'll get to that in a second. Here comes Taylor Christensen. She takes a ball, now 1-0, 0 for 3 in the day. Christensen just trying to get aboard here for the Beulah Miners. 1-0 pitch. This one is hit on the ground. That goes to the shortstop, Roland. Roland bobbled it for a moment across the diamond. In time for the out. 6-3 on the putout and 2 down now in the 7th inning. And up to Addie Delgeier here. Kindred-Richland beat Renville County early this year in the Mid-Season Madness 5-2. They're 1-2 against Central Cass, losing to the Squirrels in the Region 1 title 4-2 in Hillsboro. Beulah down to their final out right now. Delgeier, then they've got to find a way to get to Bieber. Because if you can get Delgeier and Seibel on, that means Bieber will come on as the game-tying run. As there's 2 outs here. So it's going to be an illegal pitch here against Danica Rath. So there will be a ball on Addie Delgeier here on the count. Delgeier with a walk with a run scored in the 3rd and a double in the 5th. And now it'll be 2-0 after Maddie Burchell sees Danica Rath throw on a little higher. And Burchell says keep it low in the zone. 2-0 pitch. This one is hit to straightaway center field, and that's going to get by the center fielder Jornheim, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Delgeier rounds to second. She's going to third, and they're going to keep her at third base. So Jornheim tried to come up and play it. The problem with it, instead of keeping it in front of you, it allowed for the base knock, and then probably going to be an error on top of it with the center fielder. If Jornheim doesn't come in on that and keeps it in front of her, it's a hit. But instead, that gets by her to allow the runner Delgeier to get to third base. So now it's Seibel. That'll be in there for a strike now, 0-1. So Seibel popped out in the first inning, reached base on an error in the third, had a single in the sixth. 0-1 pitch on the way from Rath. That one missing for a ball, now 1-1. And Maddie Burchell will come on here in the circle to talk it over with Danica Rath. Still to come, Central Cass and Renville County earlier today. Games that have gone final again in state softball. Velvet Drake Anamoose, a 10-8 win over Thompson. Mayport CG 13-4 over Des Lacs Burlington. Lewis and Clark in the Constellation semifinals. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch. This one is hit in the air. That one's going to go to right field, and that'll do it. Mock is there to retire the side. It's a final. Kindred-Richland 6, Beulah the Miners 3. A game that finishes right at 5:45, and it takes an hour and 52 minutes here in this one. Again, your final 6-3. Kindred-Richland. Danica Rath, the complete game win. Picking up the loss is going to be Taylor Christensen for the Beulah Miners. Our post-game show is coming up next, where we'll name you our Precision Play of the Game here on your live event.
Looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
As we come back here, let's take a look at some of the final numbers in this one and get to our RDK Enterprises Precision Play of the Game as well. The Kindred-Richland Vikings win it 6-3. 7 hits, 3 runs for Kindred-Richland in this contest. They would leave 8 runners aboard. For the Beulah Miners, 3 runs, 6 hits. There was 4 errors in Beulah, and they left 6 runners on. Danica Rath is our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Scores the complete game. 6 hits, 3 runs against. Just 1 was earned. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks here. Danica Rath, again, RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. For more information, go to 701-636-2119 or stop into one of their 2 locations in Hillsboro and Drayton. So Danica Rath is our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game, and the play of the game probably goes to Burchell to Ammerman as they got Kuhn out as she rounded third base. And Burchell threw back, Ammerman applied the tag. That was in the 6th inning, and that was a time where Beulah scored a 1 run. If they're able to score another, all of a sudden it changes the complexion a little bit of the game. Kindred-Richland would finish with Leah Rowland going 1 of 4 with 2 runs scored. Mock was able to go 2 of 4 with a run scored and a run driven in, and Maddie Burchell 2 of 4 with 2 RBIs as well here for the Vikings. For the Beulah Miners, Annie Delgeier went 2 of 3 with a run scored, a run driven in, and then Lizzie Dupong went 1 of 3 with a run scored as well. Taylor Christensen will pick up the loss, 104 pitches in 4 1/3 innings worked, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned against, 8 strikeouts and 3 walks. Addie Delgeier went an inning and 2/3. 1 hit, 2 runs, and 3 strikeouts. Again, your final, the Kindred-Richland Vikings pick up the win 6-3. They improved to 15-3 on the season. The Beulah Miners dropped to 20-7. And for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they're heading to the state championship game for the 5th time in program history in search of their 4th state title as well. Chase Miller with you here from Theraldson Park. Kindred-Richland, now it's just a matter, do they go up against their rival Central Cass, or do they play Renville County? They played them both this season, beat the Muskrats, but are 1-2 against the Squirrels. That game coming up around 6:15 here from Theraldson Park. Until then, here on your live event, have a good rest of your Friday night.